The story kicks off with a horrifying memory of September 11th, when the Twin Towers of the World Trade Center were attacked in a brutal act of terrorism, killing nearly 3,000 innocent people. Just 2 years later, behind the locked doors of a secret CIA black site, an agent named Don is seen interrogating a suspected terrorist using extreme methods. This suspect was captured in Pakistan and is believed to have helped Osama Bin Laden, Al-Qaeda's ruthless leader, carry out the 9/11 attacks. He's also accused of funneling money to the operatives behind the deadly mission. Standing beside Don is Maya, a junior CIA officer who spent years collecting intel on Bin Laden and his twisted network. Maya has been handed a massive responsibility: track down Osama Bin Laden and uncover where he is hiding. Shockingly, even after 2 long years since the attack, the CIA still doesn't have a single solid clue about his location. Don goes to brutal lengths to break the suspect, demanding names of his associates, but the man keeps his mouth shut. Desperate, Don holds up a photo and warns, "This is your friend. He's about to pull off something huge in Saudi Arabia. Tell me about him and I'll give you a proper meal." Still, the man doesn't budge. Pushed to the edge, Don straps a dog collar around his neck, viciously beats him, and unleashes merciless torture. Soon after, Maya arrives at the US Embassy in Islamabad, Pakistan. Together, she and Dan, along with their team, continue the relentless hunt for Osama. Then, in 2004, a terrifying incident shakes them inside a Saudi hotel. Al-Qaeda terrorists open fire without warning, targeting non-Muslims and Americans, killing many. Watching the carnage unfold on TV leaves Dan and Maya in shock. Crushed with guilt, Don mutters, "I knew this was coming, but I couldn't break that detainee." Maya hatches a risky plan. Lie to the suspect. They'll tell him that the attack was prevented and the terrorists were caught all because of his help. With his mind weakened from days without sleep, he starts believing it. They hand him good food and say, "Thanks to you, we saved lives and caught the bad guys in Saudi Arabia." And just like that, he falls for it. Dan and Maya press the prisoner who can lead them to Osama. The man finally drops a name: Abu Ahmed al-Kuwaiti, a tech-savvy insider who works directly for Osama. He claims to have met Abu Ahmed in Karachi, where Abu read out a chilling letter from Osama urging that the jihad must continue. Dan and Maya exchange glances. They've never heard this name before. Determined, Maya begins questioning other captured terrorists about Abu Ahmed. Shockingly, many admit they know him and insist he was the one delivering Osama's secret messages. This fires up Maya's instincts. She's now convinced Abu Ahmed could be their direct path to Osama. But when she reports this lead to her superior, he brushes it off. He demands concrete proof and refuses to act on just a name. Then, in July 2005, tragedy strikes again. London is rocked by a horrific bus bombing, killing dozens of innocent people. Osama is blamed once more. Maya heads to a detention center in Pakistan to dig deeper. One terrorist tells her, "I know Abu Ahmed, but nobody knows where he lives. He never stays put. He only shows up when it's absolutely necessary." Desperate, Maya and Don continue interrogating others, but they hit a wall. Even brutal methods can't crack the silence. Exhausted and frustrated, Don tells Maya he's heading back to Washington and suggests she'll come too, but Maya won't back down. Don warns her, "Everyone here knows what you're doing, your life's at risk." Yet Maya stands firm, completely unshaken. She's buried in files, intel, and leads, obsessed with tracking down Abu. Then, in September 2008, disaster strikes while Maya and a colleague are staying at a hotel in Pakistan. A powerful explosion rips through the building. They make it out alive, but many innocent lives are lost in the blast. Fast forward to 2009, Maya gets word from a colleague about a Jordanian doctor who secretly works for Al, but is now willing to work with the CIA for the right price. Though skeptical, Maya's friend convinces the man to come to a US military base in Afghanistan. Maya pushes for clearance, and against the odds, gets approval from her superiors. It's risky, and deep down, everyone fears it might be a trap. When the doctor arrives in a car, Maya's colleague urges the soldiers not to search him, afraid he'll run if he feels threatened. But as the vehicle stops, 2 men step out, and in a horrifying instant, they shout, "Allahu Akbar," and blow themselves up. The explosion kills Maya's friend and several CIA operatives on the spot. Maya is crushed, completely broken by the loss, but the heartbreak doesn't end there. Soon after, she hears devastating news. Abu Ahmed, the man she's hunted for years, is reported dead. In a video, a terrorist claims, "Abu Ahmed died in 2001. I buried him with my own hands in Afghanistan." This revelation crushes Maya's spirit completely. Years of chasing shadows, all for a man who would have died in 2001. It feels like everything she's done has been for nothing. The pressure on the CIA intensifies. Critics slam them for years of failure. The demand is clear: find us. Then, a breakthrough. One of Maya's colleagues shares a crucial lead. After 9/11s, several men were caught at airports around the world with fake passports. Shockingly, one of them looked exactly like Abu. Maya digs deeper and learns something mind-blowing. Abu Ahmed had 8 brothers, and their faces were all strikingly similar. The man who died he might have been Abu Ahmed's older brother, which means the real Abu Ahmed could still be alive. Maya wastes no time, she calls down, now holding a senior position at CIA headquarters in Washington, and urgently shares her theory. Don listens carefully and asks, "What can I do for you?" Maya doesn't hesitate. "I need Abu Ahmed's phone number." Without delay, Don flies to Kuwait. He meets a royal prince he has dealt with before and makes an irresistible offer: a luxurious Lamborghini, courtesy of CIA funds, in exchange for that precious number. Dan gives the prince a note with Abu Ahmed's Rial Ibrahim Saeed, and his mother still lives there. The prince delivers and Dan sends the number straight to Maya. They begin tracking it. Most of the time the phone is switched off, but when it's on they catch a signal from Rawalpindi, Pakistan. On May 1st, 2010, disaster is narrowly avoided in Times Square. New York, a car bomb is discovered just in time. If it had gone off, countless lives could have been lost. Fueled by urgency, Maya storms into a meeting with her CIA chief. She demands safe houses and field agents in Rawalpindi and Peshawar to ramp up the search for Abu Ahmed, saying, "We don't even know if the man you're chasing is still alive." Furious, Maya pushes back hard, threatening to return to Washington and fight her case in front of her. Backed into a corner, the chief finally agrees. CIA operatives are now on the ground, tracking Abu Ahmed. He keeps moving from place to place, but then gold struck. One day, when his phone turns on, nearby agents snap a covert photo of him. It's a huge breakthrough. As Maya continues her work in Pakistan, she's suddenly ambushed by gunmen while driving. She survives the attack, but the threat to her life is too serious. She's pulled back to the US, where she keeps leading the mission from afar. The CIA uncovers a shocking lead: Abu Ahmed is living in a mysterious compound right next to the Pakistani military academy, and suspicions. They monitor the house for months. Maya shares the compound's blueprint: towering 10-foot walls, windows tightly sealed, and even the rooftop is surrounded by 7-foot barriers. No one ever enters, no one ever leaves, not even trash is taken out. Satellite images show 3 women, 2 men, and several kids. But the strangest part, one man is never seen leaving the building. He only paces on the rooftop, completely hidden by walls. Maya is convinced this shadowy figure has to be Osama Bin Laden, but many within the CIA remain doubtful. After months of uncertainty, the CIA chief meets with the National Security Advisor. He explains that the compound has no internet, no phone lines on. They even faked a vaccination campaign to gather intel, but still couldn't get inside. The advisor demands undeniable proof. The CIA chief warns, "If Osama gets away, we may never get another shot, and you'll regret it every single day." That hits hard. The advisor finally gives the green light to plan the strike. Soon after, Maya is seen at the legendary Area 51, briefing US Navy SEALs. She unveils stealth helicopters invisible to radar and tells them, "Your target is a house in a but Osama might be inside." At the final high-stakes meeting with CIA and military leaders, the room is tense. Everyone debates should they strike the compound. If Osama isn't there, the fallout with Pakistan could be disastrous. Many top officials hesitate, worried about the consequences. But when Maya is asked for her opinion, she doesn't flinch. With total certainty, she declares, "He is there." That single statement shifts the mood. Her unwavering confidence pushes them over the edge. In 2011, President Barack Obama authorizes the mission. It's called Operation Neptune Spear, a daring plan. The Navy SEAL team trains in Afghanistan for weeks. Then, on the night of May 1st, 2011, they take off under the cover of darkness. The flight is smooth until one of the stealth helicopters crashes into a wall during landing. But miraculously, no one is injured. As the SEALs approach the main entrance, chaos erupts. Gunfire bursts from inside. They shoot back and kill Abu Ahmed on the spot. Splitting into teams, the SEALs sweep the compound. One team heads upstairs and opens fire on a target. Another enters a pitch-black room and calls out Osama, pretending to offer help. Suddenly, there's movement. A SEAL fires. Lying there in the shadows is Osama Bin Laden, the most wanted man on Earth. They confirm his identity. Women and children are left unharmed, but time is short. Headquarters warns that Pakistan has detected the raid. The SEALs quickly grab hard drives, documents, and Osama's body. They blow up the crashed chopper to cover their tracks, then fly out with everything in hand. Back at the US base in Jalalabad, Maya sees the body with her own eyes. Osama Bin Laden is finally dead. Later, aboard a military aircraft, Maya sits alone. The pilot asks, "Where do you want to go?" Silent tears fall as she stares ahead, carrying the weight of years of pain, sacrifice, and ultimate justice.